Welcome to Driving.ca. I'm your host, Jay Canna, and Nissan is fashionably late to the off-road-esque compact crossover world. Behind me is the first ever Nissan Rogue Rock Creek. In this video, we'll go through what exactly a Rogue Rock Creek is, we'll touch on driving impressions, standard features, pricing, and competition, and we'll see if Nissan's first, again, off-road-esque-ish offering will be competitive enough in a very crowded market. Starting off with some numbers, under the hood it's the same engine as every other Rogue, being a 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, 201 horsepower, 225 pound-feet of torque, still has a CVT, and all-wheel drive does come standard. I'm going to quickly dip into fuel consumption because that's a pretty key difference here between the Rock Creek Rogue and the other Rogues. So all Rogues still run off a 55 liter fuel tank of 87 octane. The Rock Creek gets a combined fuel consumption of 8 liters per 100 kilometers, whereas every other Rogue, being non-Rock Creek, has that down to 7.6. According to Natural Resources Canada, that amounts to an extra $10 per month or an extra $120 per year. So what makes a Rock Creek in the world of the Nissan Rogue? Well, a few things, and we'll start on the outside. So the obvious one will be the 17-inch all-terrain tires. They are the Falcon Wild Peak ones, whereas every other Nissan Rogue gets all-season tires. You get a tubular roof rack, complete with crossbars, which makes a huge difference in the functionality side of things. You get a gloss black grille with silver accents and the lava red accents. Fun fact about that tubular roof rack, on the front portion it has a very small 2 and a 3, which is Nissan's new thing, 2 meaning me, 3 meaning San. Put those together, you get Nissan, and that's a ongoing motif in the Nissan Leaf, so it's kind of cute that they've included it here. On the inside, you get leatherette seats. The Rock Creek logo is on the seat back. You get lava red accent stitching. Cool move here is they put a 12-volt power outlet in the cargo area, and it comes with a 360 cam, but they've added an off-road view which works up to 19 kilometers per hour in speed. So if you are doing some more interesting driving at lower speeds, you have that front camera that is the off-road view as opposed to the regular view to help you see what's in front of you. And more on the kind of outside but kind of inside, a bit of both, it's their hill descent control. The button's on the inside, but the functionality is on the outside, and that just makes sure that as you go through rocks and maybe creeks, you have that speed limiter to make sure that you're not lurching forward too fast. So how does the Rogue Rock Creek drive? Well, pretty well. And similar to the CRV Trail Sport I had a few months ago, even though it has these all-terrain tires that should be louder than what they are, I'm happily surprised that they're not. And yes, you can hear a bit of a difference because it's a different compound and very different from the all-season tires, but the sound isn't too intrusive, and I don't think many people will notice the audible difference between the all-seasons and all-terrains. But tire technology is really advancing, so you get the capability of the all-terrain tires here, but you don't get that really loud and obnoxious and annoying sound that used to accompany most of them. Now, yes, it's a different trim, but mechanically it's still the same. So you still have the CVT, and it's a little droney. It's not for everybody, but it's there in the name of fuel consumption and reducing it as much as possible, as opposed to a gear transmission. So it doesn't drive poorly, and I've always liked the way the Rogue drives. It's a smooth drive, plenty of power, and Nissan said there's no replacement for displacement. No thank you, there absolutely is, with their, again, 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. So no issues in getting up to highway speeds or stomping down on the accelerator if you do need that extra little bit of burst of power for whatever the situation is. If you're primarily using this in the urban world, that includes shopping mall parking lots, underground parking lots, that 360 cam does come in handy quite a bit. And the Rogue's not a big vehicle by far. It's a compact crossover, but having eyes all around you as you try and squeeze into and maneuver around maybe tighter parking spots, or somebody has parked too close to the line or over the line, again, having that extra bit of technology there certainly helps. As with all other Nissan Rogues, you do get the Nissan Safety Shield 360, which includes all of your key active safety features, your fronts, your sides, your rears, all covered. Now, the only trim above this is the Platinum trim. So we do have the smaller infotainment screen here. It's a little on the laggy side, not slow, but not as fast as some of the competitors. As far as the instrument cluster, you get that small screen in the middle, and you're bookended by two large analog dials. Now, personally, I like the old school, new school blend. While I would have liked to have seen the Rock Creek be a Platinum trim for all the extra bits and pieces, from a functional standpoint, I think Nissan's picked the right trim here as far as offerings. I don't mind the smaller screen, and I don't mind the half analog, half digital instrument cluster. You still get all of your key items here, everything you need on the functionality side, except for, this is an asterisk for a me specific and maybe you specific there is no sunroof here. It's offered on lower trims, and the reason I think that it's not offered here is that putting even a single panel sunroof along with that tubular roof rack, the wind buffeting would just be a little too much. And maybe in the next generation they'll offer a fixed glass sunroof, moonroof, but that's the one thing I would have really liked to have had here. And yes, other off-road-ish-esque variants have it, namely the Honda CR-V Trail Sport. Let's get wrapped up with pricing and competition. So in Canadian MSRP figures for the 2026 Nissan Rogue Rock Creek, we are a touch over $41,000. If you want your exterior color to be black, no charge. If you want gray, white, or beige, it's an extra $250 plus the little over $2,000 freight and PDI. On the competition side, let's go through the hybrid offerings, and we'll go through the gasoline offerings. So on the hybrid side, we have the Honda CR-V Trail Sport and the Toyota RAV4 Woodland. On the gasoline side, we have the Hyundai Tucson XRT, the Kia Sportage X-Line, the Mazda CX-50 Meridian, and the Ford Bronco Sport, which is kind of off-roady right out of the box. Now here comes the asterisk. You have the Subaru Forester Wilderness, which is definitely off-road capable and gasoline only, but Subaru has a Forester hybrid, and the Subaru Forester hybrid out of the box I think would rival any of these off-road-esque variants of compact crossovers, and that's how the Forester is able to straddle both lanes to compete here with the Nissan Rogue Rock Creek in the gasoline and hybrid side of things. Nissan's done a really good job here with the Rogue Rock Creek between the familiar drive feel with minimal noise coming in from those all-terrain tires, and that tubular roof rack with the crossbars means you're pretty much set to go right out of the box. Weight capacity here is 220 pounds or 100 kilograms. That's going to wrap it up for the 2026 Nissan Rogue Rock Creek. For more news, reviews, and information you can use on compact crossovers, both the regular type and the off-road variants, visit our website, which is Driving.ca. For Driving.ca, I'm Jay Canna.